Okay.
All right.
All right, so we will call the special meeting to order for Thursday, June 13th. It's a beautiful sunny evening out. I know everybody is very excited to be here. It's nice and warm and gentle breeze, but we've got some serious business to take care of this evening, and I'm very excited about the agenda tonight. So the special meeting is going to begin, and we'll call the meeting to order officially. It's 7:30 p.m., and I will hand things over to the CAO for the roll call of councillors.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
You're welcome.
District 1, Deputy Warden Sean Sampson.
Present.
District 2, Councillor Michael Digdon.
Present.
Thank you. District 3, Councillor Melanie Sampson.
Your lights are on and I'm present.
Okay. District 4, Warden Amanda Mommerket.
Present.
Thank you. And District 5, Councillor Brent Sampson.
Present.
Thanks. We had technical people in trying to finish the install this week, so they, let's call it 99%.
Okay, great. All right. All right, thank you, Troy, for that, for the roll call. So we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, and it's for the CAO, and it's memos from the Director of Finance. So we have a pretty comprehensive package ahead of us today. This is under your name, Troy. Did you want to kind of begin, or did you want me to just run through?
It's fine if you would like to, but
Sure.
these are the capital projects that have been discussed with Council and earmarked for contributions this year and planning for future years.
That's great. Okay. Thank you. So our capital budget has been reformatted slightly from previous years. So if folks are looking at it and notice that, we've kind of tightened up some of the categories, and that's as per our budget deliberations discussion. So I want to thank staff for reflecting the changes in the current one that's being presented. Councillors, I would be at this point looking for a motion to approve the 5-year capital investment plan for the municipality of the County of Richmond for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2025.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Councillor Melanie Sampson. Could I have a seconder?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councillor Brent Sampson. Is there any further discussion on the capital plan? Okay, there being no further discussion, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? That motion is carried. So the next item on the agenda are the area rates. So they've been presented in a memo noting the rates, the area rates that are, intending to be charged for the specific fire departments in our region. And, of course, also a note regarding the St. Peter's Village Commission. So with the St. Peter's Fire Department, they are looking for an area rate of 11 cents. West Bay Road Fire Department, 15 cents. Lordways Fire Department, 16 cents. Grand River Fire Department, 15 cents. Loch Lomond Fire Department, 15 cents. Lewisdale Fire Department, 10 cents. Framboise Forestry Fire Department, 15 cents. Almadam Fire Department, 11 cents. District 10 Fire Department, 13 cents. Former District 2 community rate of 4 cents, and former District 4 community rate of 1 cent. And for the St. Peter's Village Commission to collect whatever rate they establish, conditional on them providing their rate to the municipality by July 31st, 2024. So fire departments, the two basically community district rates as well as the St. Peter's rate have been presented to us this evening. So we'd be looking for a motion that council accept the recommendation of the Director of Finance and that those area rates be approved.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Councillor Digdon. Could I have a seconder on the motion?
Yeah, I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Deputy Warden. So any further discussion on the area rates?
Yeah, I thought this might be the more appropriate time than the budget, but as we discussed, during budget deliberations, and I brought this up the last 3-4 years, I have an issue with Point Tupper not paying an area rate for their fire protection, and that's why I think I wouldn't be able to support this, just because I feel the time has passed now. They should be paying a fire rate the same way as any other resident, any other business within the county.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Sampson. And yeah, that certainly was something that was discussed at budget, you know, and I think the counter to it kind of being that the amount of taxes that we collect from the industrial park does have a significant impact on the general tax rate for all of the residents of Richmond County, because we are able to collect more revenue there than we spend back into that specific region. But I certainly take your point, and would ask if there's any other discussion regarding the rates. Okay, so all those in favor, please say aye. 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 Those opposed? Okay, that motion is carried with one nay vote. Okay. The next item on the agenda is the final budget for the year ending March 31st, 2025. So again, we'd be looking for a motion to approve the municipal estimates of revenues and expenditures for the year ending March 31st, 2025 in the amount of $17,459,364,000. And I guess significant to note that this does not reflect any increase in the tax rate for either commercial or residential. It's about a $500,000 increase in revenue and expenditure from last year. Maybe closer to 600, something like that. So between that, in that range. So, councillors, would someone be prepared to, and maybe I'll just run through, because this is a motion we're looking for in several parts. So we're looking for the motion to approve the revenues and expenditures as noted. We'd look for an addition to that motion that, we would estimate the sums amounting to $10,714,430 are required for the lawful purpose of the said municipality for the year ending. So those are our mandatory amounts that we are looking to have added as part of that motion. And so therefore, we would be levying the collection of a residential rate of 85 cents on each $100 of assessed value and $2.15 on commercial. And then in addition to that motion, that we would impose an additional percentage charge of 18% per annum on all rates and taxes remaining unpaid, and that we would fix the 30th day of September as the day on which the tax collector or treasurer may proceed to issue warrants for the collection of all rates and taxes then unpaid. So that interest rate on unpaid amounts is standard. We've had that the last number of years. I don't know. I wouldn't know the last time that changed. So no change on that one. And I think the motion is fully articulated in the memo from our interim CFO, Kathleen Jeffrey. So thank you, Kathleen, for that. So maybe I'll turn it over to one of you if someone would be interested in making that motion. You can use the memo to articulate it, rather than me doing it all.
All right, I'll bite. So I move that municipal council give approval to the municipal estimates of revenue and expenditures for the year ending March 31st, 2025 in the amount of $17,459,364. And further move that whereas pursuant to the Municipal Act, the Municipal Council of the Municipality of Richmond estimates that sums amounting to $10,714,430 are required for the lawful purpose of the said municipality for the year ending March 31st, 2025, after crediting the probable revenue from all sources other than rates for the said year and making due allowance for the abatement and losses which may occur in the collection of the taxes and for taxes for the said year which may not be collectible or collected. Be it therefore resolved that Richmond County hereby authorize the levying and collection of a residential rate of 85 cents on each $100 of the assessed value of residential property assessed on the assessment roll, and commercial rate of $2.15, which rates said council deems sufficient to raise the sums required to defray the expenditures of the said municipality for this year and any deficit from the preceding years. And be it further resolved that Richmond County hereby imposes an additional percentage charge of 18% per annum on all rates and taxes remaining unpaid. And be it further resolved that Richmond County hereby fixes the 30th day of September 2024 as the day on which the tax collector or treasurer may proceed to issue warrants for the collection of all rates and taxes then unpaid.
Thank you, Councillor Melanie Sampson. Thank you, Councillor Melanie Sampson, for making that very detailed motion. Could I have a seconder on it, please?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councillor Digdon. So any further discussion on the budget? Any comments that councillors would like to make or questions? This would be the time. Okay, so I guess just for...
No, I just wanted to just, and I think you probably will do it, but in the event that you weren't thinking about it, is, there are some changes, obviously, in this budget versus last year's budget. Under the municipal services agreement, we've been able to recoup some funds there. There are some costs that have gone up, but just to remind residents that we always release a document which gives the highlights of the budget, and that's going to be released, I think, by the end of the month. I think that's our deadline on that. So to look for that, because it really does help to very well summarize where the money is going in terms of your taxes. So just reminding folks of that document that will be shared on our socials and also on our website by the end of the month.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay on the mics this evening, so, all right, yeah, no, it's a great point, Councillor Sampson. The people can definitely be look for that, and a press release will go out, with it. So, any further discussion on the budget? Okay, so all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? All right, that motion is carried. So before we move on to the Canada Day funding, which is the next item on the agenda and has appeared here because it is, of course, time sensitive with Canada Day approaching, I would just like to say a huge thank you to Troy and Kathleen and all of the staff who put together this budget. It has been, I know, a really kind of challenging time in which to do it, and there's lots going on, but you've done a great job. It feels really tight, and it feels also that it's a responsible budget, and really appreciated the quality of the information that you were able to take to council for us to be making these kinds of decisions. So well done. Thank you very much. Baptism by fire. Okay. All right, we'll move on to the next item then, which is the Canada Day funding. So as you know, and within this budget that we just passed, we do have an allocated amount for Canada Day funding. The number of applications that we have received does not exceed the amount that we have budgeted. So we've got right now 5 requests for funding. So if councillors are okay with funding the amounts that are requested because they are within our budget, we would be looking for a motion to approve the following Canada Day funding applications. Lordways Men's Club, $1,577. Sorry, bit of a day. Loch Lomond Heritage Association, $500. St. Louis Parish, $2,500. St. Peter's Lions Club, $5,800. And the Bredor Lake Senior Association of $300. So if someone would like to make a motion, if you have any changes you want to make, or if you'd like to pass it as is.
I'm willing to make that motion. Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Brent Sampson, and we will take care of that issue shortly, but yeah, could I have a seconder on that?
I will second that.
Thank you, Councillor Melanie Sampson. Yeah, there may be some additional, tranches of funding that come out through this particular fund, because we do still have a little room and we do have a couple of applications. So, but because they weren't on the agenda this evening, we couldn't change the agenda because this is a special meeting, not a COD, committee of the whole or regular. So we'll deal with those probably at our regular council meeting.
We'll be there.
Okay. So any further discussion on that item? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? All right, that motion is carried. I feel like we might have set a record for the shortest meeting ever, but I think that's a testament to the quality of the information that was brought here this evening. So again, thank you very much. And I just want to give you a round of applause while we're while we're at it. This is our last budget before the election, and really nice to be able to hold the line on that tax rate, particularly considering the affordability challenges facing many of our residents. So thank you for your work, and there being no further business, we'll adjourn the meeting.
You know why there's a delay? The cameras are moving with the microphone now.
Oh, but how come I can't turn it off?